On the very western edge of the North American continent, where California meets the sea, lies a region of coastline so steep and rugged that the highway engineers gave up hope of building a road through it and let Mother Nature have her way with the land. The Lost Coast is a long ways from anywhere. From the south, you must first pass through the enchanted forest. These ancient redwood trees, with their bent branches and trunks, torn and split by a colossal storm hundreds or 1,000 years ago in the past, these ancient survivors grew back so twisted and gnarled that they were rejected by the lumbermen as worthless. And so they survived again, this time from the massive clear-cutting of the last century. Mighty and magical, they are now the guardians who humble and awe any visitors who pass through them on their way to the Lost Coast. The trail up the Lost Coast is also lost. Much of it is now hidden beneath a thick overgrowth of brambles, nettles, thistles, and poison ivy. The thorny and abrasive vegetation tears and punishes the unwary hiker, so small and defensive, with soft, tender skin. But the rewards are well worth the punishment, with grand sweeping views and golden sunsets, and always the sound of birds and crashing surf. And then there is the wildlife. Today, there are more Roosevelt elk than there are humans walking this trail. They help clear some of the brush and keep the paths open with their hoof prints up and down the steep hillsides and through the forests. Jackass Cove is where Little Jackass Creek finally runs into the Pacific, a little piece of heaven. The creek gurgles its way through a sacred grove of old-growth redwoods called the Sally Bell Grove, named after an indigenous woman whose entire family was killed by white men. Then it reaches the sea, which is alive with sea lions, coyotes, gulls, ospreys, pelicans, and otters. If you're very lucky, you may cross paths with an otter. Amazing succulent plants grow on the sides of the cliffs, towering over the beach. All of these hillsides are in the process of making a one-way trip down to sea level. Landslides, avalanches are frequent common occurrences, making trail maintenance a never-ending undertaking. Nature is indeed very much in charge. We humans are barely a blip on the radar of time. Of course, our species has left footprints and scars on this land far beyond our due. We've hauled off millions of trees, decimated native animal and plant populations, and left our plastic junk everywhere. But the life force of the giant redwoods and the plants and animals living on the Lost Coast is powerful. They really don't need saving. They simply need to be left alone. So if you ever find yourself lost on the Lost Coast of California, treat it with respect. Give a nod of thanks for the work of this coalition of conservationists who stand with the redwoods and guardians of wild places. Thanks for listening.